Ball is kicked right down the center. Number 83 for Blue. Pierce picks up the ball. He's running with it like a loaf of bread in his hands, and he runs into a red wall. Not before he gets a good return, though. Blue's gonna start this drive around their own 43-yard line with decent field position right around midfield.
Again, Blue, like almost all the Blue levels, likes to run an inside-outside game here. Let's see if they continue that today.
Blue breaks a huddle in unity. Looks like 83 is going to get the start at quarterback here. That'd be Brody Pierce. Brody Pierce takes a snap. He's running to his left, and he is scampering around the left side. He makes a couple people miss. He's going to pick up decent yardage here. You can see Blue sideline fired up about the run from the quarterback there.
Yeah, kind of just a little bit of a breakdown by Red. A good blocking outside for him, but he still had to make 3 or 4 guys miss. Again, you would love to see Red try to force him back inside, but he was able to get the edge. Good speed by Pierce. Of course, Pierce was the one who had the long touchdown yesterday. And it's not, again, he's got great speed, so if he can get the outside, one of the keys for Red is going to keep Pierce contained on the inside, try to make him go through the tackles on the line, and not let him get the free yards on the outside.
We have 0-0 score in this ballgame. We are just getting started here in Dwight, Illinois with this Blue versus Red matchup. We have Pierce under center, takes a snap. It's a good snap, hands it off to his fullback, number 35, spins. He's going to his right side. He beats one. He beats another. He's going up the sideline. And it's still on his feet. He's finally brought down around the 10-yard line. Akiri Hori, unbelievable run. Made 5 or 6 people miss, and he was dead to rights there at the end of that run. But picked up an extra 5, 6, 7 yards. Unbelievable run for Hori.
Well, again, way to follow his blocks off the right side there. They got a good push up there. Gets outside. Again, Red is having trouble with their contain game. They're letting their Blue runners get outside them. They got to really commit to keeping them inside, as we're talking about. Blue loving to get to the outside on this. Red's focused on again, every time they get there, they got to force the runner back inside, not let him get outside, but good, tough running by Ori.
Brody Smith leading the team here. Blue has really imposed their will on Red this series. Pitches it to his running back, 63. He's got some daylight over there, but he is brought down, dragged down, somewhere within the 10-yard line, thereby the Red cornerback. A good tackle there, one-on-one with Andre Babcock, number 63, the Blue ball carrier. You can hear the Blue sideline informing their guys that they would like to see somebody get out in front of Babcock and run somebody over. They want to free their guy for the touchdown. You can see on the live feed we finally have the scoreboard up there in your bottom left corner of your screen. Shows that we have 6:20 left to go. 0-0 score. We're just getting started here in Dwight, Illinois. Brody Pierce takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to his fullback again. Hori up the middle. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Ref says that the play was called dead. Forward progress stop, knee on the ground.
Well, again, Blue likes to like their inside-outside game. They run inside, and then they've been running outside the last few plays. Then they're going to go kind of back to the inside game. It's kind of how their strategy as a organization. Blue all the way up to their higher levels likes to run some variation of that. Red does seem to be struggling a little bit with the speed and the speed of Blue's backfield. Of course, in the backfield, they got Ori and Babcock. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And, of course, Pierce himself is no slouch. Out wide, they have receiver Robideau and Spencer. Spencer to the right, Robideau to the left.
Ball snapped. And it's a real mosh pit there around.
Red's ball recovered.
They're saying that there's a fumble, and the ref is indicating it is Red's ball. We are going the other way with it. Blue defensive coordinator trotting onto the field telling the boys, it's okay, we're going to get the ball back. Mike Peters Big Mike Peters telling his boys, it's okay, we're going to get this ball back. Tough to tell what happened. It looked like potentially a bad center exchange with the quarterback.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't think Pierce ever got the ball. Sometimes what happens is either the QB pulls out too soon before he has the ball from one under center, or again they get scraped on the grass.
Here we go. Reds starting with the ball in their own end zone. They're going to run out to the right and be brought down probably right around the line of scrimmage. That's Gordon on the run. Aiden Gordon had nowhere to find daylight.
Well, it's a good tackle by Gordon to get out there. Again, the big three for right in the backfield are going to be Bigham, Hernandez, and Adams. Those are the kind of the big three that they like to run the ball with a lot. Red's gonna deep down in their own end. Blue still's got a great opportunity here. If they can pin Red back, they'll still get great field position. So even though it's unfortunate for them, they had the fumble. They got a lot to play for here still.
Ball snapped. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Run to that left center of the defensive line. And Blue rallies to that ball. You know, we saw that in the last game with the Blue Headbusters. That defense rallies to the ball. They like to support their brother, have each other's back. Good stuff.
Well, one of the things that with Blue yesterday, we saw this even when they were playing against Bechtel for Green, who's a very powerful runner. Blue's defensive line has done a really good job, especially just getting physical in the way there. You got Micah Schrock and Philip Zazabek, both are doing a really good job there. And then you kind of put on out there Leonard as well. They're doing an excellent job kind of clogging up the lanes, trying to take away some of the running lanes for them.
We're going to have a stoppage of the clock here. Both teams retreating back to their huddle. Strategizing. We have 3rd down and 2. Right on the 9-yard line for Red. Red is backed up in their own end. We have the Facebook Live open here up in the broadcast booth. And if you have any kids that you want to shout out or give a word of encouragement, a word of advice to, we'll try to holler those down onto the kids below us here and give them a shout out, make them know that mom, grandpa, uncle, cousin, whoever in the church is supporting them here at Man Camp in Dwight, Illinois. All right, Red quarterback under center. And the center hiked the ball. The center hiked the ball, and Red was obviously not on the same page. That's not going to help the cause here for Red. They're going to be backed up basically a half the distance to the goal penalty on the 4.5-yard line now.
One of the things Red's going to have to be careful about right here is they're going to have to be careful about a bad snap. And given that they just had a snap, we already just had one, they want to be very careful of that. They don't want to have that happen with them here. And then the other thing is when you start getting this far back in your own end zone, you have to be careful about the plays you run. It's kind of riskier to run reverses and end arounds in certain plays that you can get brought down in the end zone for
Christian
safety.
Bigham under center takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to his fullback there. Fullback's going to run left and have nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Blue coaches are happy about forcing that 4th down, 4th and 4 from within their own 10-yard line. Good series for the Blue defense to force a 3-and-out, and now they're going to get the ball probably right around the Red's red zone here. So a successful defensive series there for Blue. Now, Red's going to be back to punt. Christian Bigham, the quarterback / kicker. Kickers are very important in this league, trying to change the field position. He's hoping to get a good kick away. For Blue, we have number 35, Akiri Hori. He has shown the ability to run the ball effectively. And Hori's going to get the ball here. That's a high arcing punt. Hori drops the ball. He picks it back up. He's running to his right. He makes 3 men miss. And he's finally brought down.
Going to be brought down around the 25 there. Excellent run back.
Absolutely. A potential fumble made 3 men miss with ease.
It looks like, unfortunately for Red there, that they weren't quite ready for their gunners didn't really move on the snap there. And even though it was a very high kick and it had a lot of hang time, a lot of the Red coverage units didn't quite get down there.
Clock is winding down here in this first quarter. Blue starting with it at the opponent's 23-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. I think they might get 1 play off before this quarter ends. Yeah, they'll get 1 play off here. Number 83, Brody Pierce back at quarterback. Under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Corey. Horry off to the right. Cuts it back to the left. Still on his feet. Dragged down by about 4 Red defenders. You got to have a gang tackle on Horry because he's going to make a ton of people miss. That's going to be the end of this first quarter here at Midwest Christian Boys Man Camp, Football Camp. Score being 0-0. We have a good ball game here. Blue threatening to score here inside Red's end. We see from Julie Jenkins. Let's go Jenkins and Pierce. A lot of blue hearts. Got some blue fans in the comments. Brett Jenkins. Brody Pierce. Yeah, they've been a good duo there for the blue team on the same church. That's awesome to see. Can you ask the camera guy not to zoom in? Yes, we need to. Hey, they're trying to see if we can potentially zoom out a little bit so that they can. They're saying that on the broadcast. Yes, we're trying to get that fixed as we speak. Everybody, there's definitely a consensus within the comment section that we need to zoom out. Brody gets a snap. Tosses to his halfback, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play, though.
Oh, it's going to be holding on blue. This is going to back them up quite a bit. Blue, though, been able to get chunk yardage, so there's something they can do here, but
we are trying to get the zooming issue solved on the live stream. Let us know if that's a little bit better for you. But, yeah, that's going to result in a 1st and 20, Caleb. That's not good news for this blue team. They are now basically back where the drive started, right around the 21-yard line. They started this drive on the 23-yard line. They now have 1st and 19, really more like a 1st and 20. Oh, it's 1st and goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. 1st and goal from the 21-yard line.
Pierce has got it.
Pierce is going to take it to the right side, cuts inside, and it's a good single tackle there by number 38 on red, Christian Adams. Christian Adams in there to take on Brody Pierce one-on-one and stop his forward progress.
Well, Adams does just a great job. They'll fight through the block there. Blue had that blocked up really well, and red just shedded the blocks to get on in there. It's one of the toughest plays in football. You got to shed a block and then take on a ball carrier right after that. They did an excellent job in the outside pursuit, and then excellent job not only that by Adams, but getting on the outside shoulder, forcing him back in. So even if he missed the tackle, you would force Pierce to have to cut up inside.
First and goal from about the 15-yard line. Brody Pierce under center. Takes a snap. He's going to hand this off to his fullback. Horry runs up the middle, has nowhere to go. That red defense swallowing him up in the middle of the field.
You know, Red's been tough inside their own end zone right here. They were giving up some yards early on. There's been some big runs by Ori and stuff to the outside, but Red's starting to take better angles. They're really adapting. You got to credit the coaching on that. And they're forcing guys back inside. Just a little techniques, a little bit of fundamental football really helps you a lot. That's why it's called the fundamentals of football. They're doing an excellent job on that. If you're Blue here, you're kind of looking at a 3rd and 16. Or excuse me, not 3rd and 16. 3rd and about 11 to go for the end zone. So you're going to kind of see them possibly try to open things up. I would say that's probably more of a 4th down play. I think right here they're probably going to just kind of try to
Brody
keep it
Pierce
consistent.
Under center. He's got 2 of his teammates behind him. He's going to hand it back off to Horry. And now Horry is on the right side. But man, oh man. Red, number 38, Christian Adams again on that right side. Corralling Horry to stop him short of the line to gain, which would be the end zone.
Yeah, sometimes with Blue you go to the well a little bit too often. They've run that play now about 5 or 6 times. And they've done that pretty frequently. So I think Red's been sitting on that. And that's something that they're going to do well. Any smart defender, you got to learn the tendencies of your opponent. One of the downsides for these teams is they haven't seen some of the – it's not like they're doing a lot of game study on them.
Yeah, and Christian Adams doing a great job as a cornerback, or really as an outside linebacker, taking on running backs one-on-one. Here we go. The ball is snapped. Brody around the left side makes one man miss. Oh, and the second man brings him down. That'll be a sack for Tyson Hudson on 4th down. Red ball going the other way.
Well, excellent pursuit by Red. That was a run all the way. You could tell by the way that Robideau was blocking downfield. He wasn't even turning around looking for a pass. So that was a design run out to the left. And Red was sitting on it, and they did a great job to shut that down.
Hey, if anybody from the broadcast can hear me, I'm just taking a look at the feed we have going on. Sometimes during the play, it's a little bit zoomed in. People are complaining that they are not they cannot really see the ball. They cannot see the play happening. They cannot see the field while the play is going on. If we could have a wider angle shot during the play, I think the folks at home would really appreciate it. Christian Bigham, under center, takes a snap. He's going to toss it to his halfback, who's going to cut inside. And, yeah, Blue's going to have 3 guys wrap him up for a gain of about 3 yards. A good first down play.
Good job by Red to seal the edge there, kind of give him the outside, but then an excellent counter play by Blue. Ori able to get on the outside, force him back into his friends on the inside. And even though he kind of missed the tackle, he forced him back in. Good decision and good upfront blocking by Red there. Big Mike Peters encouraging his guys, and
here we go.
Keep going.
The ball snapped. It's handed off to the the fullback. Number 39, Benjamin Hernandez for Red. No real blocking there for Red up front. Hernandez with nowhere to go, swallowed up for probably about a 1-yard loss. That's going to result in a 3rd down and about 7.
Well, Jenkins in on the tackle, and a good job by Blue to be able to kind of get inside. They're getting a lot of pressure. They're kind of shooting the gaps on there. And again, if Blue kind of play the field position, Red has got to try to get this out of here just for their own sake here. About 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Let's see what they can do. Bigham takes a snap. He's going to be running to the left. He shreds one tackle. He's still keeping those legs churning. But that Blue Mafia swarming the ball. Finally gets him with about the third defender. Fourth down and about 6. Let's see what Reds decides to do here.
Well, Bigham did good just to even get kind of back to the line of scrimmage there. That play was kind of busted up when as soon as he took it, he kind of stumbled, wasn't able to kind of get it going. And great run to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Red's going to walk off the field a little bit disappointed here that they couldn't get anything going this drive. They're going to bring on their special teams. And Bigham's going to end up kicking. He had a high arcing kick last series that Horry ended up returning. Let's see if the Gunners get down the field, Gunners. Oh, man, it's going to be a bad kick. Yikes, they're only going to get about 3 or...
Well, the red line just let him down there. Number one, 2 guys come through untouched, and then it was a low snap, throws off the timing and everything. So, I mean, that's a real tough play there. Red's going to have to work on that. But something to keep an eye on for later in the game, we'll see if Red even wants to attempt that again. They're really starting to struggle with their punt team.
Red's going to have to work on that because we cannot have the punter punting and really nobody moving when the ball was snapped. So
yeah,
that's a tough break. About a net of 3 yards on the punt. Blue's going to start this drive deep in Red territory. Ball snapped. They're going to run up Horry's going to run up the center. Going to gain about 3 yards on the play. Good first down play.
Well, again, like we said, Blue likes to go inside, outside. They're going to start to establish inside and kind of just try to get as much as they can going from there.
You know, you'd love to see players like Robideau get the ball here, potentially throw it out to Andre Babcock. There, spread the ball around a little bit. Let's see if they draw up. About 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this ball game. We still got 0-0 on the scoreboard, but Blue is trying to change that. Brody Pierce under center, making sure everybody's set. Everything is good. He's got number 35 and 63 in the backfield. Horry and Babcock in the backfield in a wishbone formation. 2 receivers on either side of him. Ball snapped. Ball's on the ground. Center could not get that ball up to Pierce. And he's going to recover it right around the line of scrimmage. Timeout for Blue. Oh, man, that's a waste of a down there. That's going to result in about a 3rd and 6 from the Red 19-yard line. Can Blue capitalize on the short punt?
Well, one of the enemies here for Blue is also that there's only a minute 17 left in the first half here. So if they want to capitalize on this, it might be they have to do something a little bit more risky at this level and kind of put the ball in the air. But I'd love to see them maybe take a shot with Robideau on the outside, see what they do there. And it's going to be up to Red to be ready for that. They got the timeout here. If you're a Red, you got to expect them to kind of do something a little bit different, a little bit fancy, see what they got. We see Christina Bright telling Eli Bright, come on, protect your quarterback there for Red. Yeah, we need those offensive and defensive linemen are absolutely, without a doubt in my mind, some of the most important players on this campground. If you can give your quarterback time to throw, he can reward you with some points on the board. If you can't protect him, nothing's going to happen for your team. You got to have a good offensive line. Here we go. Ball snaps, and it's a backwards fumble. The ball is on the ground. Horry's going to try to turn nothing into something, and he's spinning. He finally goes down. You could tell Brody Pierce kind of missed Horry on the pitch. Horry picks up the ball and gets it around the line to gain. We're going to have about a 4th and 2. Blue's going to call a timeout right at the 58.5 second mark. There should have probably been a 1-minute warning there. Yeah, interesting play call here because well within reason for them to run and get the first down, but it's going to be interesting to see, again, because they're not only just battling, they're not just battling the yardage.
I would love to see them put the ball in the air here. I think that Brody Pierce can throw the ball, but I also think it might not be a bad idea to just give that ball to Horry, run it to the left, and let him get one-on-one with that secondary. Pierce under center, takes a snap, hits the ball, is fumbled, gives it to Horry. He is going to run left. He makes one-man miss. He's coming around that left edge, and he's pushed out of bounds before he gains a first down. Clock is stopped. 50.9 seconds left. A beautiful play there by Horry to beat the defenders outside and pick up the first down.
Yeah, I mean, of course, on the tackle there, it kind of pushes him out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock. One of the things, though, you kind of, Red's got to be kicking themselves, man. They had that play blown up in the backfield. Horry did a great job to make something. It makes two guys miss 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So Red, again, was in great position, just didn't make the play. So it is a first down. One of the best things, though, for Horry there is he actually, the defender pushing him out of bounds actually helped him because it's going to stop the clock, give them time to reset. Again, because they are also battling the clock here. Blue really wants to take advantage of this opportunity.
Horry in the backfield to the left of Brody Pierce. The ball snapped. Horry picks up the ball. He's running left. There's not a lot of daylight. He turns him. He tries to go right into a guy. A flag is on the play. He did not get back to the initial line of scrimmage. Let's see what the penalty's on. The refs are going to converge here. Oh, a block in the back against Blue.
So, block in the back play called against Blue here. Unfortunately for Blue, they're starting to have some trouble with their center and QB exchange. For whatever reason, they're just kind of struggling with that.
Yeah, many times the ball has ended up on the ground within their own pocket of the quarterback there.
Well, is it
play started like that?
Different QB than yesterday? So they've switched out Pearson for Rabideau, and so right now, Blue is practicing their exchange with their center and their QB, trying to make sure they get that right.
All right, that's going to put Blue on the Red 21-yard line. Now, yes, it's first down.
If Blue has any confidence in a passing play, I think now's the time. Is going to be the time to use this.
First and goal from Blue's own 21-yard line. I think that with that extended break, the coach has them in the huddle. Yeah, I'd love to see them utilize one of their receivers on the end there. Rabideau or who's that, number 54 on the end? Isaac Spencer?
Yeah, Isaac Spencer up top.
Brody Pierce under center. Gives the ball to Horry. He's going to run right. He's going to be dropped in the backfield there by the Red defender. Eli Bright penetrating and getting in on Horry. A 4-yard loss on the play. Beautiful play there by Eli Bright to get into the backfield. That makes Christina Bright happy, for sure. Good play by
Well,
Eli Bright.
this is one of the things. Blue keeps going back to that play. I mean, Red's eventually going to figure it out.
Yeah, we got to see something different here from the Blue offense.
It's going to probably be a little too late here. But
nope, they're going to hand it off to Horry again. Now the ball's on the ground. Blue's going to call a timeout and recover the ball with 2.6 seconds left.
Unfortunately, Blue. I get why they're doing that play because it's working for them. But there is such a thing as going back to the well too many times, and I think that well is starting to dry up.
Yeah, Horry had that one long run, and I think that the Blue coaches are really hoping that he's going to break one again. But man, Red has turn this game around by getting into that backfield, getting right on the running back's toes when he gets the ball.
It is a little bit of fool's gold, though, because on all the long runs that Horry has had, it's been him actually breaking a lot of tackles, making things work. It hasn't actually been well blocked. And so you're counting on a lot of your back to have to break 3 or 4 tackles every play to get a long yardage. Is going to be really tough. eventually those guys, he's not going to be able to keep breaking tackles at will.
Yes, Horry is having a good game here, but we'd love to see a little bit of difference here from the play call. They're going to give it to Horry again. He's going to run it up the right side, and is he going to go to the house? He makes people miss, and he's going to score the touchdown running to the right to end the half. He scores the first points of the half. Akiri Horry breaks the game wide open. It's 6-0 for Blue.
Well, one of the keys on that is, first off, that was well blocked. It was one of the last few plays, Blue has not been able to get any kind of push forward on that. And then secondly, they kind of gave it a little bit of a wrinkle on that. They gave it to him later instead of right off the hop, and they actually allowed Blue to kind of work a little bit more downfield and get some blocks. And again, though, great work by Ori. He still is going to have – Blues, if they're relying on him in this game, he's going to have to make a lot of guys miss. And he did an excellent job using his speed to get outside. Again, Red got caught on their angles. They were kind of, again, we know Blue works the inside-outside game. They were going inside a lot, and then this time they got Ori out on the outside, and he was able to make them pay with their speed.
Two-point conversion. The ball's on the ground again. It's going to go nowhere. Red potentially even recovers it. Two-point conversion, no good.
Well, a couple keys here to work on in the second half. One is Blue is going to have to work on their QB center exchange. There's something weird is going on. They keep struggling with that. Secondly, for Red, you'd like to see them work on containing Ori on the outside, keep him inside, make him run inside. And then we'd love to see Red getting going more on offense, kind of work something there. Haven't had a ton of success, but we'll see what they can do the second half here. And then for Blue, on defense, one of the keys is just going to be keep getting that pressure. They're kind of been dominating the lines down low, so we'll see if they can continue to do that. We'll be back in the second half.
I do see the comments here. I do see that was AJ Eichhorst, number 56, who got that tackle for loss in the backfield. It was not Eli Bright. Eli Bright is indeed on the sideline. I'm looking at the young man right now. He's getting a drink of Blue Gatorade, staying hydrated with his teammates right now, talking to his head coach. So I apologize for all the big Eli Bright fans out there. I see Laura Winkle in the YouTube comments. I just mosey on over there just to make sure that we're not missing anybody. Laura Winkle says, "Go Trevor Price, red number 57." So I'll try to, if Trevor comes anywhere near the broadcast booth, I'll holler down to him. We're happy to have you here at Man Camp here in Dwight, Illinois. I'm Zach Kinney. My broadcast partner is Caleb Crone. We're up here in the scaffolding broadcast booth. We are on top of a painter's scaffolding with a tarp strewn over it to block us from the rain and sun and all the equipment we have in here. And then we pulled up a bus behind us. Well, I'm kind of leaning up with my back to this bus. We have all the equipment that we're streaming out of, so we apologize if there's any issues with the stream. not the best internet connectivity in the middle of Illinois of a cornfield when you're broadcasting out of a yellow bus. So, but we're doing our absolute best. A lot of people in on this broadcast. We have probably close to about 10 cameramen that are working. Some working drones, some working static cameras, some working the broad camera, whatever. And we have a bunch of people working the switchers back in the bus. So just shout out to them. We appreciate their work in the Lord. They're not going to get any credit here at camp for what they're doing, but they're definitely going to get some rewards in heaven because they're serving the Lord here at Man Camp, trying to broadcast this for the kids to potentially watch later in the week or later in the summer, and for the parents and the friends and family to watch back home. So we just appreciate everybody on the broadcast booth, the broadcast team.
Also, I want to thank our scoreboard operator out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania, Brother Lee. Doing a great job on that. And also thanks for the scoreboards that were donated this year. Really makes the broadcast, and it makes it more of a real feel for the kids. Talked to the Red coaches on the sideline today and during halftime and asked them what was the key here. They said they would really like to see them recover one of those fumbles that Blue has had. Blue has fumbled 3 or 4 snaps in the first half. They would love to jump on one of them, and they said obviously they got to get going on offense, but one of the keys for them on defense is to get a recovery on defense.
Caleb, I think it's been even more than 3 or 4 snaps fumbled. It seems like that ball is on the ground. Wow, that's a nice spiral on the kick, eh? That's going to go right down around the 10-yard line. A great kick, and the ball's loose down there. 57 jumped on it. It was loose around his leg. Trevor Price does recover it, though. Trevor with some people watching back home.
You probably can't tell on the broadcast there, but right down in there's a little bit, the field's crowned. If he could have waited just a half second more, that ball might have gone out of bounds. But one of the things that forced him to have to pick it up was the good pressure by the Blue gunner getting down. Doesn't matter how good your kick is. If the gunners aren't there, it doesn't really do much. So, Blue with a great start on the kick. Red's going to start backed up on their own end right around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, a really good kick there by Blue to pin Red deep in their own ends. Many times, football, especially on this level, it's a field position battle. And you have seen, there can be a 3-yard punt, and all of a sudden that good kickoff turns into you having the ball in the opponent's red zone in a hurry fast. So Red has the ball now. Ball snapped. It's pitched back to number 38. Number 38 is running up the field, and he's turning his legs. Flag on the play. Gain of about 4 yards.
It's coming back.
It's coming back, though. There was a hold on the offense. The refs agree. They're going to move this ball back. That's going to be a half the distance to the goal. That ball's going to be on the 6.5-yard line now.
Again, Blue's really just blowing up a lot of the lines here. They're drawing holding calls. They're forcing Red to commit infractions. Blue D-line doing an excellent job here. Yeah, I got Schrock, Hancock, Zubek on the line there, just doing an excellent job, causing problems there.
All right. Bigham under center. Takes the snap. Looks to be a good snap. He's going to quarterback keep this right up the gut. And he's going to get decent yardage there, about 6 yards on the play. That's going to result in a second. Well, he's going to get more than 6 yards for sure. It's going to result in about a second and 8.
Well, that's an excellent run by Bigham there. Kind of powers his way through, and their version of the QB dive right off to the left side.
All right, Bigham's going to be under center again. He's got number 38 there in the backfield, Christian Adams.
Schrock, Hancock, and Spencer on the line with Leonard.
Christian Adams is one to not shy away from contact. We've seen him make a couple really good one-on-one tackles with the Blue running backs. Let's see if they give it to him here. Nope, instead they give it to the fullback, number 39. Gets up there, picks Picks up about 4 yards. Good blocking up there. Benjamin Hernandez on the carry.
Well, the thing with Hernandez there is he almost got out of that. That was a lot of space there. If he could have just that ankle saving tackle and slowed him up just enough so the rest are going to get there. If he could get through that hole clean. If you're looking for an encouraging sign from Red, that's got to be encouraging right there. Starting to get the blocks set, kind of blocked up there. See what they do here.
All right. Christian Bigham, under center, takes the ball. He's going to run it up the middle, up the gut, right to his left. He's going to try to push the Powell for this first down. He's going to be brought up about a yard short of the first down. Good play by Blue. I see Red going for this, even though they're on their own 20-yard line. What do you think, Caleb?
It depends how they feel in their punting game. Right now, they have shown the ability to get the yard. I kind of like that. If they are planning to go for it on fourth down, I like that third down call because this is fourth and it is like less than a yard. This is a really good opportunity for them to go for it. Also, we've seen them struggle in the punting game and their kicking game. So maybe you try to get this right out of the half. Again, it's going to depend a little bit on the confidence of their own kicking game.
I couldn't agree more. Last time they punted, it was a net of 3 yards. So, hey, you got to pick up 1 yard on offense. I like my chances to pick up that yard. Let's see what the offensive coordinator has planned for
Blue
Christian
thinks
Bigham
this is a hard count.
Oh, nope, he does snap the ball. He's going to give it to the full halfback, and he's absolutely going to get through that pile, keeping those legs churning, carrying men with him. That's a first down, gain of about 7 on 4th and 1. A big play there by Christian Adams. Seeks the contact from the Blue defenders and moves the pile for a first down.
The Blue coaches were telling their guys they did not think Red was going to snap it, but Red, again, being aggressive, and they're rewarded for that. I think that's a great call. The last punt went for a net about 3 yards. They were I'd obviously have to spend more time practicing, working on that, just on the blocking standpoint. I think they're just better off on a short distance going for it.
Ball snapped. It's going to be a pitch out to the left there. It's going to be Adams again. He's going to be wrapped up around the goal line of scrimmage. Nice hit there by the Blue defender to bring Adams down. Adams getting up a little bit slow. He did not feel good about that hit.
It's interesting. Red, they kind of went outside in that play, but they had been finding success just kind of going right up the middle at them. They do have a little bit of a bigger body group, so maybe they can make something happen there.
Yeah, I think with Adams there playing the halfback position, hand him the ball, let him get his legs going north to south. He's shown that he's a big, strong kid for this KFL league. Christian Bigham under center. Gives the ball. No, fakes it.
He's got him.
He's got a guy wide open there on the right side. That's going to be Luke Spencer with nobody there. Can the Blue defenders catch him? He's got daylight. Touchdown, Red. Touchdown, Red. What a play action there. Bigham to Spencer for the touchdown.
One of the big keys on this drive was going for it on 4th and 1 on their own 20. Excellent aggression by Red there. They go through, they get the goal, and then because they've been able to run the ball and they suck everyone up, they sneak Spencer out into the backfield. Nice little lob. Easy touchdown. Though great effort by Ori to try to run him down, and he tried to chop of the ball there, but excellent run by Spencer. Big time score here. And now Red, while they've been hemmed in their whole and this whole game now, has an opportunity to go up and take the lead here. It would be interesting to see what Red calls here. You almost kind of wonder if they just want to go back to the well. They're basically right there, close to the goal line, obviously on the 2. Maybe they just take this and try to pound it in.
Up in the broadcast booth, we love it whenever a team puts it in the air. So the fact that they just had a long touchdown like that is we're very happy about it. They're going to give it to Adams, who's going to run inside. Did Blue just stop him? Blue stopped him. The try's going to be no good. His forward progress was stopped. That's going to result in a 6-6 ball game there with about 2 minutes left on the clock in the third quarter. Great drive there by Red, Caleb.
Yeah, and you can't really blame Red for the going for it there on the power in. I think that's the right call. This is the first time Blues really stopped them on an inside give and held them for under 2 yards. And great stop, though. Hats off to Blue. They give up kind of a back-breaking touchdown, a long touchdown. They've been kind of just dominating this game. And then to be able to regroup and make a big kind of stop. A lot of times those stops on a short yardage situation, they come down a little bit to willpower. You got to really want it. And just kind of selling out on your block, kind of clog up the line and hope that one of your guys gets in there, cuts through, and makes the tackle. So an excellent job here.
They scored on a play-action pass. Christian Bigham faked the handoff to the running back, then threw it out to Luke Spencer, who ran a nice corner route, got a lot of separation from the cornerback out there, and just took it to the house. Ran a long way to get that touchdown. And that now ties up the game. The game is 6-6. Clock is already wound down to 1 minute left in the third quarter. We have a great game here on Field 1 in Dwight, Illinois.
If I'm Bigham, I'm kicking this not at Ori. I'm kicking it not to him. And, of course, they keep it away.
It bounces off the helmet. It's loose there on the sideline. Blue picks it up, and they're going to be brought down right around the 20-yard line. And I think the kicker, Bigham, threw the touchdown, just kicked the ball, kicked it to a guy, and then got there for the tackle. Bigham all over the field making plays.
Yeah, it was a great play there. And, again, I like that he made the decision not to kick it to Ori, make him earn it. They kicked it outside, and Pierce hasn't had touched the ball in a little bit. Gets a little nervous, kind of just misguided it, misjudged it, went through his helmet, went through his hands, ricochets off his helmet. So now Red is they got all the momentum. You can see just the way the Red defenders are acting, and look at the Blue body language. Blue's kind of feeling down. The coach is going to have to get them all kind of fired up here for the next part as the third quarter winds down. Red's feeling good, though.
Yeah, you can see them jogging off the field there. They feel good about the stretch of football they put together in that third quarter. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to start the fourth quarter. It's tied 6-6. Thank you for joining us here at Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp in Dwight, Illinois. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining us on our broadcast on Field 1. We have Red KFL versus Blue KFL. If you're just joining us, Christian Bigham, number 47 of Red, threw an absolute dime to Luke Spencer on a play-action pass, rolling out to his right on the run. And Luke Spencer brought it to the house for a touchdown. We now have 10 minutes in this fourth quarter to decide a winner. I'm really enjoying this football game. I hope you are at home. If you have any recommendations for the broadcast or whatever, feel free to leave that in the comments. You're not gonna hurt our feelings telling us that the camera angle is a little too far and whatever. We're trying to make this the very best thing possible. Caleb just was on the field with the players. Caleb, what did you find out?
Well, I talked to Coach Mike Peters a little bit about what was going on with his team. He said they need to think. He's all excited for it. He loves the excitement they have, but they're kind of just getting out of position. And he wishes they would just kind of think more and then act.
Now let's see what Blue can do here to really right the ship. Brody Pierce under center. Takes a snap, and the ball's on the ground again. But he does get the ball to Horry. That seems to be all you got to do for the Blue offense to get yardage. Horry's still on his feet, avoids the tackle. He's circling this back around left. I think there's a flag in the area of holding, but it doesn't matter. Horry's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss of about 6 on the play. Crazy play there. If he just went down with the initial contact, he would have had about 2 yards, circles it back, loses about 6. Can't blame him for that second effort. He's trying to make something out of nothing. The referees, the penalty's just been declined. It was a block in the back on the Blue. when Horry circled it back around. That's going to result in a loss of down and a loss of about 7 yards. It's going to be second and about 17.
Well, it kind of goes with what Big Mike Coach Peter said. You got to think before you act. And that's a temptation. Anytime a play is meant to go called the play side to the right and then it reverses back to the left, there's that big temptation to kind of want to give that extra push to someone, try to make more space for him, but you can't hit a guy on his nameplate in the back.
Brody Pierce squatting under center. We got to make sure that this exchange goes well between the center and the quarterback. It does. He gets the ball out to Horry. Horry running to the right, beats one man, beats a second, and is tackled by the third right around the first down marker, just short of it. A good tackle there by the linebacker of Red, A.J. Eichhurst. A.J. Eichhurst, a physical defender out there for Red, takes down Horry one-on-one on the sideline. It's going to be third and about 3 yards, Caleb.
Well, that's a huge run because it gives them a chance here. If they get bottled up there, they really need to just for field position alone, they need to be able to drive and make something happen here.
All right, Blue here in a 3rd and 3 situation. They hike the ball, and Brody just ran it right up the gut, picked up a first down, a quarterback keeper, and he got to that first down marker in a hurry.
One of the things that was key about that is they just had a quick set, got down the line, went and immediately fired off the line. And I don't think Red was quite ready for that, and kind of caught him off guard sleeping. So an excellent play there. Keeps the chains moving.
I love the way Brody Pierce holds the ball. It kind of reminds me of Shady McCoy in the NFL. He holds it like a loaf of bread out there. Brody Pierce under center.
Coaches don't love it, though.
Yeah, coaches don't here, that's for sure. They're old school here. 63, running to the left, and he's dragged down. No, he's not. He's continuing moving his feet. He got spun completely around Andre Babcock.
Well, Bigham in on the initial play, just blows through it, reads the play, reads racks, comes out of nowhere. And even though they was able to get out of the tackle there, again, it slows them down enough so the rest of the defense, the red wave, can come and kind of push them back.
Good effort there by Andre Babcock.
I was talking to the Blue coaches, and they were talking, one of the coaches was saying, basically they've played almost like a perfect game except for one bad play. They've been doing really well. They've been dominating. They had just that one play that was kind of backbreaking.
Ball snapped. Horry runs up the center. He had a bit of a hole there. Oh, boy. There's going to be a flag. Oh, boy. Boys are kind of jarring at each other. That's going to be Zuzabek picking up potentially a personal foul. Oh, man. There was a little bit of a prolonged contact there at the end of the play, and Zuzabek did not like it. And, yeah, they're going to be offsetting personal fouls. I like that call by Chuck Schwartz. There were two boys getting at it a little bit. So he just told them to simmer down, gave them both personal fouls. Going to continue on the game now.
Both teams potentially dodging a bullet there. If you have just only one of those are called, if one of the guys lets up and the other guy keeps going, you can draw a big 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I see Dan Strausser in the comments there, always commenting. Thank you for watching and enjoying the broadcast. He says tackle, breakdown, contain, and tackle. Yeah, tackling is a huge part of football, especially on this level where maybe the fundamentals aren't as set as some other leagues. Makes it fun sometimes, though, all the broken tackles. Brody Pierce. Oh, the ball is on the ground. Red might have this ball. Nope. It looks like Brody Pierce jumps back on it, though. It's going to be...
I think they're just, Pierce and Schrock are not on the same page here. Something's going on. But somehow, and we've talked about this, that could have been the 8th or 10th fumble. They have managed to recover all of them. I'm not sure how. But at least if they're going to fumble the snap, they keep recovering it. Red, though, man, if they could get a hold of that, 4 minutes left here, that right inside, the 35, in a prime position to kind of take the lead in the game here. If you're red, you really wanna get one of those. And blue, man, they cannot keep putting the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and that's one thing you mentioned earlier today. Brody Pierce is playing quarterback today. Yesterday it was on Andrew Robideau. And one of the differences between switching quarterbacks is now you have a different quarterback center exchange. And the quarterback center exchange is obviously been kind of an issue here for Blue in this game. If I was a Blue coach, I would want to get my quarterback set for today, and let that quarterback and let that center practice some exchanges a little bit, because we can't have that ball squirting on the ground around the backfield every single drive like it has been.
Yeah, well, part of it also it's sometimes on the center, sometimes on the QB, and it's part of it's just a timing issue. Get used to it, and how they react. Blue has called a timeout here. They're facing a 4th and 10 with about 4 minutes left here.
You know, Red is doing a good job of making Blue pay for those mistakes this drive. When Blue puts the ball on the ground, at least get to the guy, bring him down. We got about a 4th and 10. Blue is huddling up like they want to. I hope that they're huddling up about kick coverage, because they should not be going for this right now.
Well, there's one or two things they're doing. They're probably just going over the kicking assignments, making sure everyone's got a good feel for it. That, or they're trying to draw up a play to score here.
Shout out to the referees there. They're kind of convening there at midfield. I feel like they've called a good game this game. They've called out the holds. They've called out the false starts, the offsides. I think they've called a good game both ways for Blue and Red. Not too many flags. They're not intervening in the game more than they have to. We have all the refs here are certified refs to play football here at Man Camp. They're in the wishbone formation. They're going to go for this on 4th and 10. They're going to give the ball to Horry on a pitch. A lot of red in front of him. Can he make them all miss? Stiff arms one. Loses the ball. The ball's on the ground. It's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a red ball going the other way. Turnover on downs. What do you think about that play call?
I mean, we'll get to the play call in there, but first I want to shout out number 49, Spencer, made a great play. He got outside, and then I think he may have knocked the ball loose as well, but one of the keys there is just getting outside and forcing Ori back in. Ori was trying to get the edge. It's an interesting play call. I don't know if Blue just doesn't feel confident in their kicking game or if they think it doesn't matter, but Red's got an opportunity here. There's about 3 minutes left in this game. If Red wants to go for it here and try to make something happen, I think that play call might be more an indication how they feel about their kicking game.
Yeah, I think that getting the ball out to your playmaker on the sideline, Horry has shown the ability that he can make a bunch of people miss. I like my chances with that, but it's tough on a 4th and 10. 10 yards is a lot of yards to pick up on 4th down. But let's see. Red is going to try to...
It's more of a criticism if you're going to go... If that was your plan along to go for
Christian
your early
Bingham
down plays.
tosses the ball out to number 38. Christian Adams on the sideline. He is bleeding defenders on the ground. Stiff arms a man at the end. Brings it down to the 15-yard line. What a run by Christian Adams there.
Well, I mean, Adams just slipped two guys. Both go flying by him. A nice little stutter step. Unbelievable play. Blue is in position to make it again. He just makes two guys miss at once. Really great run on that. That was all on the runner right there. Great play to make two guys go by him. Good sudden stop. Good body control on that.
The boys on the red sideline here in front of us are buzzing. What a physical run from Christian Adams, leaving defenders on the ground. A trail of defenders behind him as he totes the ball to the 15-yard line. We have 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Yeah. Charla Adams happy with her boy, Christian Adams. Now 47. Bingham's running around the sideline. It's going to be a red. Oh, nope. The ref is saying that he stepped out. He stepped out around the 2-yard line. A great run there by Christian Bingham. 1st down and goal.
Well,
wow, Red is running left. Red is running right. Big Red in the with 1st and goal on the 2.
Well, and this is a tough thing for Blue here is there's only about a minute left here. Red should wind this down to the 1 minute warning, and then when they come out, they should be able to kind of kill the clock.
April Lennon says, go number 54, Jeremiah Lennon. Way to snap the ball to QB. Absolutely. Jeremiah Lennon has had a good game here at center, really helping kickstart this Red offense with the good snaps. Bigham gets the ball, fakes it to the pitch, gives it to the fullback. Is he in? They're saying that he was just short of the goal line. That ball is getting close to that end zone, Caleb.
It is real close. I mean, here, I think you just right now you give the ball to Bigham and do a QB dive, QB seek here.
All right, here we go. Red trying to pound the ball in after a great run by Christian Adams, and then another great run by Christian Brigham. We got the Christian attack here on the Red offense. Christian Adams, Christian Bigham, running left, running right. And now we have 2nd and goal from within the 1 yard line. This ball is right on the goal line. Can Red get one more push into the end zone and pound it home to give them the lead late in this ball
If
game?
I'm Blue, I'm putting everyone on the line. I'm moving them right up.
I think it's a quarterback sneak. Bigham is just pushing the pile. He's in. Touchdown, Big Red. Christian Bigham scores with 34.9 seconds left to give them a touchdown lead late in this game.
Yeah, it was a tough thing there for Blue there. I mean, Blue Mafia, they kind of got caught with their guys. They didn't have everyone on the line there. That's something you want to definitely protect against. And again, a great play call by Red. That's been money for them on less than a yard. They've only been stopped once on that for a short yardage. So
yeah, he ran to that left side. Eli Bright in there playing offensive line on that left side. Did a great job to give his quarterback some room.
Oh, he's got him
play
again.
action. He's got a guy wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. That's going to be Bigham to Spencer for the 2-point conversion. That really puts the pressure on Blue there.
Well, Red has struggled in some of the kicking game. We'll see what they can do here.
That is a big, again, that play action seems to be so effective for Red. Bigham does a great job of selling the handoff and tosses it to Spencer in the back. We've seen that once before in this game, Caleb.
Well, again, what's happening is they're setting up the play action by some power runs to the left, the power run to the left, power run to the left, power run to the left, over and over again. And what sets that up is they've been successful there. So then a lot of the defenders there on the backside start crashing down, and then once they crash down, it's an easy. He kind of hides the ball, rolls out to his right, and just an easy pitch and catch. If you're Red right here, you kick this to anyone but Ori. Anyone but Ori, not to Ori. Number 35, you do not want to kick the ball.
All right, 34.9 seconds left. We have Blue Mafia, we've been calling them, and Big Red. Blue Mafia down by 8 points to Big Red. Christian Bigham with a quarterback sneak to go up by a touchdown here. And then he does a little play action pass to Luke Spencer in the back of the end zone. Christian Adams had that nice run on the left side right in front of the booth. I hope that we got a good shot of that for you guys back home. We enjoyed watching that. Christian Bigham now looking to pin Blue deep. Oh, no, they do an onside kick. Blue recovers it. They onside kicked up a touchdown. Now Blue's going to have this at their 50-yard line. This is... What a gutsy call there. They talk about a surprise onside kick. Calling an onside kick when you're up by a touchdown with 30 seconds left in a ball game.
Well, I think it really shows you the respect they have for, number 35 there. They don't want to even give him a chance on the ball. And then hoping to surprise him. Would have worked if he did not kick it right at Blue. If he just kicks it a little bit over to the gap, Blue was slow to react on that. I think he actually could have got that.
It was for this level of football, that was a nice onside kick where it stayed on the ground and kind of bounced up at the end, but I don't think that's the time nor the place to try an onside kick. And we are Bills fans up in the booth, Buffalo Bills fans from New York. We know all about when you're supposed to squib it. And that's definitely a time where you're supposed to squib kick it and not leave the team with 13 seconds left on the clock. All right.
Well, they left 30, so.
Yeah.
But I don't think Mahomes is the quarterback.
Brody Smith's the quarterback, though, and he picks it up off the ground. And, again, the center quarterback exchange, they kill it down. They got to use a timeout. They run 7 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, that has become a real problem for them. They probably have shot now close
It's
to
double-digit.
10 to 15 plays where they just, I mean, it's a wasted play. If you're Red here, you're watching your two keys here. If I'm telling me as a coach, we're watching Ori and we're watching for like a trick play here or something desperate.
Yeah, and you can tell they got 56 back there for Red. AJ Eichhurst, he's a fast defender back there. He's probably about 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He's looking for anything, any silly business downfield, any type of long pass. All right, we have about 2nd and 10 now. 23.9 seconds on the clock. I think Blue's in running formation really here. Yeah. Oh, no, Blue's going to pass it. Rolling out to the right. Nobody open. He's surveying the field, throws it. Oh, and if he would have thrown that higher, it would have been right to the Red defender for an interception.
Well, Red did a great job. They keyed on Ori there. They put two guys to the left like they were going to throw a Hail Mary pass, and then they rolled out, faked the handoff to Ori, and then they're going to try to hit him downfield, and there was 3 Red defenders with him. And so QB didn't really have much to do. He's trying to stall a little bit, Hull, and then Bigham comes in, I believe, and makes the play on him. But that's an excellent play there. Red basically, they didn't even go for the QB. They stayed on Ori, and then they let the rest of their team come from the inside and do it. Excellent defense by Red. Excellent coaching.
Yeah, I agree. Brody Pierce out there rolling to the right. He really only had Horry in a formation that he could throw it to. Everybody else was too far away for Brody to throw it to. So, yeah, Red with about 3 guys on Horry. Great defense. Ball is snapped. Brody, back to pass. He's got, interception drop. His receiver was not looking for the ball there. Little miscommunication there. 7 seconds left. That's going to be 4th down and about 10 to go.
Well, it's, this is a type of thing with Blue where, Red's sitting on it. They know it's coming. And their defenders are sitting 15 yards off the corner. So if you can see on your broadcast, you might say, why don't they just throw it out wide to them? Red would love for them to take anything underneath. There's nothing over the top. Nothing over the top. At this level, it's going to be really tough. Probably most QBs at this level couldn't even throw it into the end zone. So you're not going to be standing in the end zone there. But
yeah, they're at the 50-yard line. You'd have to have a Josh Allen kid to be able to throw this ball 50, 60 yards. The whistle's blown. We're just going to make sure everybody's set. Everybody's good for this. Probably the last play here. 4th down and 10. Blue trying to make a miracle happen. And the ball is on the ground.
And fittingly, Red does recover this one.
How the turntables have turned. Red finally recovers a fumble from Blue on that center to quarterback exchange on 4th and 10. So either way, it was going to be a turnover on downs. But Red, it's the principle of the matter. Picks up the ball, and they're going to now kneel out the clock with 4 seconds left to win this ball game.
Yeah. I mean, it's been the Achilles heel of Blue. It's one of the things that's probably cost them this game. They have been doing, we are well over 10 on the QB center exchange. Something's going on. I can't tell what that is, whether it's more on the center or the QB, but they are struggling on that. Talking to one of the Red coaches earlier, they thought that they had gotten into the O-line's head of Blue, and that was the cause of them. And they talked about wanting to get a fumble, and fittingly, they eventually do get one.
There you go. All right, and that's going to be the game, folks. Christian Bigham kneels out the clock as Red walks off the field victorious. The final score being 14 Big Red, 6 Blue Mafia. And we really enjoyed that game. A late touchdown gives Red the victory. Thank you for joining us from Midwest Christian Boys Football Camp in Dwight, Illinois. You can see these boys in the handshake line right now. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you for the next broadcast of JV Blue versus Red.